Hey guys, I'm making this video to demonstrate a very good object detecting sensor. And this sensor that you can see out in front is an infrared proximity sensor. And it's very good sensor, it's very accurate. It only turns an output device on in a circuit when an object is directly in front of it. So in this circuit, I made the output device an LED. So whenever I put my hand in front of the sensor, the LED will light up. So to demonstrate, you can see the LED lights up. As long as my hand is in front of the sensor, the LED stays on. If I move my hand away, it's off. So you can see it's a very accurate sensor. The output device, which is the LED, only turns on when when there's an object directly in front of the sensor, as I showed with my hand. So it's very reliable. It only turns the output device on when there's an object in front of it. It doesn't, that I've noticed, give any real false positives. It doesn't turn on when there's no object in front of it. So yeah, it's very accurate. I recommend it for any type of project where you're doing any type of object detection, such as like a go-kart. If you building a car that needs to detect objects in front of it so it can avoid a crash, for instance, this is a very good sensor. It's very reliable, very accurate. As you can see, the LED only turns on if an object is in front of it. Yeah, so I highly recommend it for any type of project that you're doing. It's just a few bucks. I got this sensor off eBay, and I believe it only cost about $5. So it's very inexpensive. It's very accurate, very reliable. So it's a very I recommend the sensor again for any projects that you're doing that requires object detection. And you're able to, by building the circuit, you can configure it to do anything. How this how this sensor works is that it outputs a high voltage when no object is in front of it. I believe it's around 3.5 volts, and then when it detects an object, the voltage that it outputs drops drastically to near 0 volts. So you can just use a chip, either a voltage comparator chip or a logic chip, to read this voltage, and you can determine whether an object is in front of it or not by the voltage that it outputs. If it outputs a high voltage, again, that means that there's no object impeding it. If it outputs a low voltage, that means an object is impeding it. And again, by using a chip that can read the voltage level, such as a voltage comparator or a logic gate chip, you can read that voltage and then know whether an object is in front of it or not. So so again, yeah, a very cheap, very reliable sensor, and it should work very well for any device that you're building that requires object detection or uses object detection.